These guys are ridiculous. These guys are ridiculous.
Now, how about them damn Celtics?
And we are back with another How About Them Celtics video. Sam and I are here recording on Sunday, August 11th, and we are going to wrap up the Olympics, put a little bow on it before we enter the true no content era of the summer. I guess August.
I feel like I'm at the
hasn't
top of the
truly
roller
started.
coaster right now. You
I
can't
know.
do that to me.
We're ready to rock. We're ready to go into hell. The Olympics just wrapped up. USA won gold. It was a great final game. France put up a really good fight. Wembanyama looked really good. His shooting was cold all Olympics. He couldn't really find a rhythm from deep, but made a couple big ones for him. Gershon Yabusele continued to be pretty awesome. Like, he was good in that game as well. France was just
Brain
cold
play
from
by
three.
us. Putting up the Yabu video the morning of.
Shout out Yabu.
Literally, like, checked it before the game, like 400 views. Once he popped off, I load that up again. We were at 1.2. I was like, we are back.
Yep. It was at 375 before the game yesterday, and now it's at almost 2,000. People just started searching up Yabu. But Team USA pulled it out. Steph Curry had just an insane finish to the game. So fun to watch. That was awesome. LeBron played well as well, won MVP. Both of them ended up on they called it like the All-Star 5 team, I think it was. It was them, Wemby, Dennis Schroeder, and Nikola Jokic as like basically the All-Olympic first team or whatever. Jason Tatum talked about not playing a lot during the Olympics in sort of like wrap-up article that was written by Adam Himmelsbach of the Boston Globe. Gary Washburn had some nice coverage as well. Shout out to those two guys. Like, the only reason we had coverage from the Olympics is because those guys were there to cover it. Shout out Adam and Gary. Much appreciated. But yeah, we'll put a little ball in the Olympics. Tatum played a little bit in the final game. Derek White didn't play in the final game. Again, for all of the complaining and trash talk we've done over this, it doesn't really matter. And I think Jeff Teague actually put it best. And I'll find the clip.
Well, I haven't heard this. I'm excited.
Sam gives his thoughts. So go ahead.
Yeah, Steve Kerr won. Like, you know how like when you play Call of Duty and you go down like after you get shot and you have like you have the pistol while you're on the ground bleeding out. Steve Kerr's version of that was sitting Derek White while he played Tatum. Like, he found a way to slight Celtics fans one more time. He finally played Tatum, but he sat Derek White and then also benched Holiday from the starting lineup. So he just like triple kill Ricochet to end off the Olympics, and then they end up winning. But overall, the game was very entertaining to watch. I did the write-up for Celtics blog. I was like, I'm rooting against Team USA out of spite. People were pissed. They did not like that. I don't get it, but whatever. The Team USA did have an incredible finish to the game. Like, Steph Curry deserves all the flowers. He went nuclear in the last 2-12, 4 straight possessions, 4 straight threes. Nobody on France had an answer for him. Like, I was watching with some people at my girlfriend's party she had, and I was explaining, I'm like, look at the people on like the French side right now. Like, nobody out there is guarding him. They got nobody for him. Like,
no.
When you're starting your possession as a team on purpose, having Nick Batum guard Steph Curry, good fucking luck.
And Nick Batum was fine.
Yabu.
Like, Nick Batum was pretty good in that game. It just didn't matter because he's not guarding Steph.
Then they were targeting Yabu and switches.
Yeah.
Poor guy. He had a tremendous game yesterday.
Did you see the women's game too? How that ended?
No, I was.
They almost lost.
I think I was cooking today.
They haven't lost a game in 5 years, and they won by 1 point against France. And did you see?
I saw the final pop up on my phone. And everyone was like, "U.S. won the Olympics overall, like most medals or whatever."
Yeah. Well, it came down to like the last couple shots because I can't show Olympic clips on here. Who was it? I want to get the name correct. Shoot. Gabby Williams was playing for France, and she hit a 3 to bring them within however many, and then they were down by 3 because the U.S. hit 2 free throws. 4 seconds left. She gets the ball, chucks up a floater, hits it to tie it, but her foot was on the line, so it was only 2. And so they lose by 1 point. It was, you got to watch it. You got to find the clip somewhere. It's probably on YouTube, but we can't show it on here.
Twitter it. I'm sure it's
no, it's not on Twitter because they media block Twitter as well. So you got to go to YouTube and like their official account and stuff.
Yeah, but like Team USA, you couldn't post it.
Maybe, but I looked it up and I just see a bunch of block videos, so it's like CBC Olympics tried to post it for Canada's official Olympic broadcast partner, and it's not there. So I just think your best bet is to go to YouTube. PrizePicks is America's #1 daily fantasy sports app with over 5 million active members. PrizePicks is the easiest and most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports. Unlike other apps on PrizePicks, it's just you against the numbers. All you do is pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections and watch the winnings roll in. Get in on the daily action with your friends and become a part of the PrizePicks community today. With PrizePicks, you could turn $10 into $1,000 while watching Team USA rack up the gold medals this summer. You can make a PrizePicks lineup of players across basketball, soccer, tennis, golf, and more in as little as 60 seconds. Just pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections and you're locked in. PrizePicks is available in more than 30 states across the country, including California, Texas, and Georgia. Sam and I use PrizePicks all throughout the NBA playoffs as the Celtics were making their run. If you guys tuned into the pregame show, you saw it. We like Drew Holiday blocks. We always pick Jason Tatum to get a dunk. That was a lock for us. And we always picked less on the opposing stars' points. Download the PrizePicks app today and use code CLNS for a first deposit match up to $100. That's code CLNS on PrizePicks for a deposit match up to $100. Pick more, pick less. It's that easy.
Tell you what about the Olympics? They don't want anybody watching this.
No, the Olympics annoying. Anyways,
This it? No, this isn't.
no, YouTube's got to be the only place.
What are we doing?
But as I mentioned, Jeff Teague put a bow on the Olympics from a Celtics perspective pretty well, and I think
Thanking US.
it's the best way to think about it if you're a Celtics fan and you're at all angry or upset or displeased with the way Steve Kerr handled things in the Olympics, as I was for a little bit. Even though, again, at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter if you're a Celtics fan. Like Jason Tatum, Derek White, and Drew Holiday both ended gold medalists. They'll both be heading home with those around their necks. And same thing with Tyrese Halliburton, who tweeted out, I just got an A on the group project, which was A+ self-awareness from him. But yeah, this is what Jeff Teague had to say.
If you a Boston Celtics fan, y'all should be thanking USA basketball.
Yeah, they about to hoop.
Oh, I
Yeah,
saw
they got another
about to hoop.
championship on the way.
And I feel like y'all gonna get the Jason Tatum y'all been asking for.
Oh, he going.
Yeah, he got-
You know,
he got
niggas
talking
been
shit,
like,
bro.
y'all need
Yeah.
to be like goddamn Anthony Edwards, like I said, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? But I was one of those, but now he is the coming out party is real.
Oh yeah, he
bro.
got to pop his shit now. Like all that politically correct and
Yeah,
all.
fuck that, bro.
Get disrespectful,
Kobe
bro.
2.0.
Uh,
Nah, it's time. Motherfucker keep disrespecting you, bro,
Yeah,
because you're
bro.
a nice guy.
Crash
Fuck
out,
that.
bro.
Yeah, it's time to crash out.
and no disrespect to Mike Conley's brand, nice guys finish first. I love that, bro. But in this case, they finished fucking last. bro.
Yeah.
Because Jason Tatum has been doing everything by the books, keeping shit clean. Fuck that, bro.
I seen Mama Bear about to crash out though.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
She on there. She said, if you a Boston Celtics fan,
I love Jeff Teague. Jeff Teague rocks, man. Nah, but like the issue is the way
I
the
saw the
Celtics
play, by the way.
Yeah, crazy, right?
That happened in a
Um,
Celtics game where I thought they got fucked. I would be probably on the floor.
Mhm.
Heart
Well,
monitor.
I mean, the closest thing was when Embiid made that full court shot, but it didn't count.
that one I
remember
think I knew right from the get go. It was late, but it was
a
crazy.
little iffy. Well, they call on the broadcast of the women's game. They were like foot on the line, so you kind of knew right away that it wasn't going to count. But
I see.
it was still. Anyways, the issue with the way them saying like, "Oh, he's about to crash out," that's not how the Celtics win. Like they don't people shouldn't want Tatum to play like Anthony Edwards. And I feel like Celtics fans have a good understanding of that, but the national media and national fan base just think Tatum is worse because he doesn't play like that. And I'll also say, like, Tatum has been scoring the ball like shit for the past 4 months, right? He just hasn't been able to score the ball for however long. It's ridiculous. There's no hiding it. There's no like trying to defend it. He has just not been a good scorer for the past X amount of months. But like if he was even like having a bad shooting stretch instead of the worst scoring stretch of his career, no one would be having this type of discourse. Like, I get it, and I get the argument for that as well. If Luka just played a little bit better defense, yeah, but we've never seen Luka play better defense. We know Jason Tatum can score the ball. He just hasn't, right? Like
By the way-
there's a clear difference.
Not to interrupt, but did you see the tweet of Luca and the two girls at
Yeah.
lunch or dinner? And it was like them after they ate, And the tweet was like, not a single crumb on his
Clean the plate. Yeah. I've spent the whole weekend defending Tatum because I was at one of Danny's friends is a Knicks fan and he hates Jason Tatum, and so he's just talking shit. And you might have seen my tweet. He has Tatum ranked 11th in the NBA, and I told him he's a moron. Or he did before the title. I think he raised him after that. But
Okay.
I've spent the weekend trying to defend Jason Tatum, and I hate it because
First
anyone
team all
who-
defense, Jack.
well, some of the takes are like he's a ball stopper, he's a ball hog, he not a good offensive
one's not
player,
true.
not a good playmaker. Like
First one might be true.
what?
Ball stopper at times.
I
But
guess
all
but-
good players are at times.
Yeah, but then the issue is people like Anthony Edwards over him, and if you want to talk ball stopper,
Well,
brother,
that's what I'm saying. Like even,
exactly.
like, that's a criticism, but like you could say that for LeBron. You could say that maybe not Steph because he's sprinting around like a maniac.
He was a
when
ball
doesn't have
stopper
the ball.
yesterday, but it didn't matter because
All
he
of
made
the
his shots.
stars, the reason why they are stars is because if the ball does stop with them, they can create for somebody,
Mhm.
whether it's them or the rest of the team.
Yeah, you're not mad at Tatum because he's quote unquote a ball stopper. You're mad at
I'm
Tatum
not, no.
because he's no. I'm saying in general,
Oh.
like people aren't mad because he's a ball stopper. They're misdirecting their anger. They're mad because he's been cold. Like every single player who is a good player in the NBA is a ball stopper. Anthony Edwards, ball stopper. Luka, ball stopper.
Biggest
the
ball
only one,
stopper of all
the only one
time,
who might
Luka.
like the only guys who are stars who might not be ball stoppers are like a Halliburton. But even he like dribbles a lot to get into his plays and runs pick and roll. Like every single one of these guys is a ball stopper. Look at Team USA. People are saying, "Oh, he doesn't fit." Like that was one of the arguments. He doesn't fit because he's a ball stopper. KD and LeBron were ball stoppers the whole fucking time.
Mm.
It just didn't matter because they made their shots. And Tatum has been cold, and I get it. And that is why Tatum wasn't a good fit on this Team USA team because he is just in the biggest cold stretch of his entire career and the longest one. And if you want to be concerned about that, sure, but don't misdirect the anger and call him a quote unquote ball stopper because they all are.
He's a bomb.
And I also think it
Not
just completely disregards the rest of what he brought to the table in the playoffs. Like I always go back to the argument, like they would not have won the title without Tatum. And people always like to say, oh, he got carried. He got carried. You didn't watch the games. They were still like, despite him being cold, every team was sending multiple bodies at Tatum. And that's the reason why they would open up shots. But Tatum talked about, excuse me, his playoff run, potential 2028 Olympics, all that good stuff. He said, you feel like you deserve to play and the competitor you want to play. And Steve Kerr is the coach for a reason. He makes those decisions. Said it was a tough personal experience on the court, but I'm not going to make any decisions off emotions. If you ask me right now if I'm going to play in 2028, it's 4 years from now. I'd have to take time and think about it. So I'm not going to make any decision based on how this experience was or how I feel individually. I keep trying to say, I'm trying not to make it about me. I know that's the storyline the last few days, but we won a gold medal, and that's most important. It's something I can learn from. I don't know exactly what it is yet, but everything happens for a reason. And I'm certain there's something I can take away from this. If any other motherfucker on this team gets treated the way Tatum does, they're pissed. And I think that's a big reason why Steve Kerr is okay doing this, because he knows Tatum is like a very just level-headed guy. Like if this happened to Anthony Edwards, Game Time is an authorized ticket marketplace of Major League Baseball, which makes getting tickets faster and easier. Prices on the Game Time app actually go down the closer it gets to first pitch. I remember my dad taking me to Fenway Park as a kid, getting to watch David Ortiz and Dustin Pedroia sitting in the Green Monster and taking in all there is to love about the iconic ballpark. With killer last-minute deals, all-in prices, views from your seat, and their lowest price guarantee, Game Time takes the guesswork out of buying MLB tickets. Taking a look at my Game Time app right now, I see plenty of great deals to watch my favorite sports teams and my favorite tickets to Noah Khan. You guys know that's my favorite artist. I even used it while in Las Vegas for Summer League to get tickets to a women's basketball game. Some of my favorite features in the Game Time app include letting me see what the price is going to be with fees included. It makes so much easier to take a look and see what the actual price I'm going to pay is. Also, you get to see exactly where you are sitting. It's a great way to know exactly the experience you're going to get. I also love the fact that you can get great last-minute deals. Save up to 60% off buying last minute for sports, concerts, comedy, theater, or anything else. Take the guesswork out of buying MLB tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code CLNS for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code CLNS for $20 off. bro. All we hear about is fuck this guy, fuck Team USA, like this guy sucks, whatever, blah blah blah. Like the reason it worked for Tatum and Halliburton is because they're very level-headed, don't care, go with the flow, win first guys. And Edwards wants to win first, but you get in you know the issue
There's
with like
pride
him,
in it with him. Big time.
him or KD or one of these guys who like they would just be very vocal and upset if they didn't play. And that's fine. Like that's part of what makes those guys the types of players they are. But Tatum is just a very go with the flow guy, and it's a reason why it works in Boston because there are so many mouths to feed, and that's kind of what he's been, you know, trained to do or trained himself to do in Boston because it helps him win. But at the end of the day, he didn't play a lot because he wasn't a great fit on this team. I wrote something for Hardwood Houdini the other day that said the discourse has gone too far, and what I meant by it is like it's gone too far on both sides. Like the people who are saying Tatum should have played no matter what, like screw these guys. Like you have to admit that it probably wasn't the best fit, especially because the shot wasn't there. But then the people who are saying he doesn't deserve to play because he sucks, like you're just also objectively wrong. He's one of the best players in the world. Like he probably should have gotten some run regardless. And they could have like when you're that good, you can find a way to make a guy effective. And like there's just like it went too far on both sides of things. And I don't know. I don't know if we'll play in 2028, but I kind of hated the way that at the very least the discourse ended up during the Olympics this year because it was good for views, but it was just it feels like more people
It was annoying.
don't respect Jason Tatum, and that's not a fun thing.
And both sides were annoying. And this is coming from me, who wrote an article that was like, I don't care about Team USA. I'm rooting against them, whatever.
Yeah,
But like people on this side of the fence were fucking annoying too. Like I was more upset with like just the way, not the actual actions, but just what people had to say about them. Like Grant Hill, like going on the Rachel Nichols podcast and being like, yeah, like Jaylen Brown can play in 2028 if he wants. Like he was just being a condescending prick to Jaylen any chance he got, and it pissed me off. The Kerr thing is, I mean, you did laps around Kerr on the last recording we did where
I was mad.
you were just mad roasting him. Like, I mean, I think you said it pretty well. Like he's just out there like making up nonsense things. If he was just like, yeah, like this is what we're doing, and you know, I just trust these guys the most, or whatever he really wanted to get out there. But like it was like, oh, like, you know, I only want to play 10 guys. I can't play more than 10 guys. It's like, all right, Steve Kerr. Like the dancing around all of it was really annoying. The reaction from Celtics fans was overly annoying too. And then just overall, the dancing on the grave of the two Celtic stars based on this Olympics was so annoying. So I'm over all of it. For today, I'm happy it's over. In a week, I'll be pissed because we'll be like, what are we talking about today?
Yep. Maybe we'll do. You know what we should do to keep our. We should do a series every week. We should watch one Celtics game from the season, or like watch highlights from one game. Like Tatum's. Like we do a video where we
It's not
look
bad,
at.
yeah.
We
Yeah,
try to
yeah,
find
yeah.
Tatum's best game. Yeah. We try to find Tatum's best game. So we go into his basketball reference, look at all the games, then we watch the highlights from all those games. And then we'll, you know, put a poll up on Twitter and say, hey, vote. What do you think Tatum's best game was? Then we'll do it for Jaylen, then Drew, then Derek, then KP, then all the guys. Every single player. We'll just we'll do a series and that'll last. I mean, honestly, we could do that for all of our individual videos and that'll last us like 3 weeks of content because there's 15 players. We can do 3 a week, so 5 weeks realistically. That way we get to watch basketball, and it's like I don't know. I think it'll be fun.
We
should
have
do that.
reached the time of year where I'm like in the car pulling up game
Yeah,
highlights
exactly.
on my phone to hear it, like to hear like the crowd stuff, and like that's how much of a free I am. I'm like, oh, it's been too long. I haven't felt that energy in a while. Like,
Yeah.
yes, I
I think we do
feel
that.
that's not a bad idea.
I think we do that. I think that's the play.
I was
Last
so
thing.
thirsty. I literally had to wheel across the room because like I had like a little chocolate square and I dipped it in peanut butter before this.
Oh yeah, your mouth is dry.
I was
It's
like,
cooked.
I need something.
It's cooked. Last thing, StatMuse tweeted out the quote unquote team leaders, like points per game leaders. Points per game was Steph Curry. Rebounds per game was LeBron. Assists per game LeBron. Steals per game Derek White. Blocks per game Anthony Davis. Field goals made LeBron. 3 points made Steph. Free throws made KD. Plus minus Steph Curry, but Derek White did get on the list just in case Celtics fans wanted someone else to be happy about. So shout out D White. Anyways, we can wrap it up there. Let us know what y'all thought of the Olympics, all that good stuff. Also, by the way, that Gabby Williams player, not in WNBA. Proof the WNBA just needs more teams. There's like, bro, every year, like 80% of the WNBA draft gets cut because there's just not enough room. Like we got to find room. It's bad. And I think they're getting 2 new teams now. I think there's Golden State, Valkyries, and then I think Toronto is getting a team, but they don't have a name yet. Hopefully I didn't botch that, but appreciate y'all for tuning in. Let us know what you thought of the Olympics. Leave a like, subscribe, and I'll let Sam take it out.
Yeah, thank you very much for listening and watching. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the bell. You don't want to miss any of our daily uploads, new pods, Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday, game recaps, the morning after each game, and other videos to keep you busy in between all summer long. We're here no matter what. Once the season starts, that doesn't change. So again, subscribe, leave a like, hit the bell. You can find us on Spotify and Apple too. All of our podcasts and game recaps will be in your feed if you follow. You can find us and leave us a 5-star review. We'd appreciate that very much. You can email us, hbtcpod@gmail.com. I know we got a couple emails from the game yesterday, but if you have final thoughts on the Olympics or anything Celtics related, go ahead, send them in, hbtcpod@gmail.com. We will read them on the next podcast. You can find our socials at How About Them C's, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook's the name of the pod. Streams are there. They're on YouTube. They're on Twitter. Jack's Twitter's at Jackson1NBA. Mine's at Sam LaFrance NBA. That's it for us.
Tic-tac-toe.